Hey y'all, welcome back to Adventuring with Amanda. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Come here, Bubba. Here, want me to pet you? Come here. Y'all, today did not go as planned. And van life is unpredictable, am I right? Like this video if you agree. Van life is unpredictable, y'all. So today the plan was to meet up with Maddie Van Halen on YouTube back at Buckeye BLM at Robbins Butte Wildlife Area. So that was the plan. So woke up, did all my stuff this morning, talked to my mom, got my things done. And I texted Maddie and I was like, I'm gonna leave around noon. I need to stop at Dollar General because I was gonna look for a 3-gallon water jug. And then after that, I'll see you at camp. And Dollar General is essentially on the way from my home base to camp. Just 20 minutes away, y'all. So I drive to Dollar General and I'm driving down Miller Road to Dollar General, and I go through like a bunch of construction sites. They were doing some sort of construction on Miller. And I get to Dollar General. Everything's good. I walk in. They didn't have what I needed. So I left the store empty-handed, came back out to my van, and thankfully, with my awareness, I stopped and I heard my front passenger tire, like hissing. Like it sounded like it was deflating, right? Just that sound when something is deflating. And I was like, it was not making the sound earlier. So I'm looking at my tire. I don't see any puncture wounds. I don't see anything in the tire just visible to my eye. And I'm like, crap. So I drive just 2 miles down the road to a Shell gas station. And I stop at the air pump because I'm like, okay, I'm going to check the tire pressure. Listen, is it still hissing? Open my engine bay, see if it's coming from my engine bay or if it's actually coming from my tire. Yeah, my tire was down to like 25 psi. So at that point, I was only like 10 minutes from camp, 10 minutes from home, my home base. So I was literally right in the middle. So I called Maddie and I was like, hey, I think I have a flat tire. So I made the decision because I was like, so I can either go to camp and risk it, because Maddie's like, well, I have a seal kit and I have everything you need and I can, help take care of it. Or I could go back to my home base or back near my home base where there's like a ton of automotive shops. So I called up Jordan because I was going to need him to like meet me or come get me. And he was like, I'll meet you at Discount Tire. So I knew I could make it because it was very obvious that my tire was deflating very slowly. And generally, unless it's a huge puncture in your tire will deflate about 2 psi every 9 minutes or so. So I knew I could make it home because I only had a few miles to go, in 10 minutes until I could make it to Discount Tire. So thankfully I made it. I made it to Discount Tire with no issues. But by the time I got there, it was very clear that my tire was going flat. It wasn't completely flat yet, but it was definitely making its way there. So what a blessing. I am so grateful. I noticed my flat tire. I had stopped twice. I made the very conscious, smart decision to head directly to the tire shop without stopping. And I really think that saved me. I made it to the tire shop and I've been needing new tires, you guys. My front tires, the tread was like a 3. My back tires were fine. My back tires tread is like 6. So we made the determination to just get me, 2 front tires while I was there because I needed them anyway. So I was like, well, the universe is giving me a sign. I guess that today is the day I need to get new tires. So I ended up getting 2 new Arizonian tires. It's like the step down from the Goodyear tires. It was $145 per tire. And they had me done in 3 hours. So thankfully, the process was fairly quick. They were able to get me in, had tires in stock. I had hand-cooked tires on I had hand-cooked tires. So the Arizonian is basically like kind of the same. Again, one step down from the Goodyear tires that were like $195 per tire. So 145 per tire. And they had me done. I was in there around 1 p.m. and they had me done by 4 p.m. So the employee was very nice. I went to Discount Tire off of Watson, and I also got, for $26, I got a lifetime warranty on those tires. So that's really helpful. If I get a nail or something in there again, they're covered. So I do suspect that I got a nail or some sort of object in my tire when I was driving through that extensive construction zone on Miller Road. But I'm so glad I made the stop at Dollar General, and I was aware enough to realize there was a sound coming from my tire. So even though it sucked to get the flat tire, I needed new tires, and ultimately it was best case scenario because I had support. I had, Jordan was able to come pick me up and take care of it. And then, I had Maddie, who was at camp, willing to be able to have everything, like if I needed to fix it or whatever. So I had support from every end. And so that really helped me. Thankfully, I was so close to home and the tire shop was so close. So driving in after I was done at Discount Tire, I came directly to camp. I came directly to Robbins Butte Wildlife Area because it was around 4 p.m. Sunset's around 6:30, and I just wanted to get to camp and get myself comfortable because I was supposed to be here like 4 hours ago, right? So I noticed that driving down the road, because I also had them switch my back tires, I noticed when I was driving down the road that my alignment didn't seem off anymore. And recently I've been feeling like I need an alignment. Well, it felt great. And I noticed that with the front 2 tires, my van is driving so much better. And when I got to the dirt road at Robbins Butte, I noticed that the tires were just gripping the dirt so much better. So it feels great. I'm so happy to have new tires. I needed them anyways. This was just kind of the universe's way of telling me like, hey Amanda, it's time. So let me show you kind of what the tire looked like when I first realized it was flat, and then what my new tires look like. Here's my tire that's going flat. It's not super obvious from looking at it, but I can absolutely hear it. And my beautiful new tires. Yay! They're already dirty from driving on the dirt road, but I've been needing these tires for a while and I am so happy. Look at them, they're kind of black even though they're dirty. But I feel balanced, I feel aligned, and I feel so grateful that I got it done. And now I'm not going to wake up to a flat tire. Thank you to everybody who helped me out today. Since this was the first time I've ever had a flat tire in my minivan camper, and I've only had 2 flat tires in my entire last 18 to 20 years of driving. This is the first in my minivan camper, which is pretty good considering all the off-roading and things that I do. But, I learned that it wasn't worth it to take the risk to get to camp, right? I knew I was close to town, close to a tire shop, so my best bet was to get to the tire shop, especially because I was at Dollar General when I noticed that something was wrong, and then I drove a few miles and it hadn't gotten too much flatter, but I could still hear it. So I knew that I would be able to make it to a tire shop. So that ended up working out, and I do recommend, it's really not worth it to take a chance, right? Especially if you're going camping. I mean, it would have been so terrible for me and my stress and my anxiety if I got to camp and then I woke up and I had a completely flat tire, right? Some insurance companies, AAA, some companies won't even come out to you if you're like literally in the middle of nowhere on BLM land. So you really have to play it safe and play it smart. And now I just have 2 brand new tires. They drove so amazingly, and I am so, so grateful for the help I had today, for everybody backing me up and supporting me. And now I can sleep well and go on knowing that my van is driving great. It feels so much better. I have my new tires, and Winston is currently passed out because he knows his mom is happy and everything is good. So, listen to your gut, be aware, don't take chances when it comes to your van maintenance, your van tires, whatever it may be. It might suck, you might get behind, I wanted to be at camp earlier, but that's how it goes. But now I have 2 tires, and they're going to last me a while. So, I had something else planned for a video today, but that'll have to wait till tomorrow because I had to share the story, of course. But thank you so much for tuning in and subscribing. Please like this video, and I will see you next time.